The whole point is we're back to like hot, pretty, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman doing ads again for national organizations. The Fruit of the Loom logo. What is it?
Fucking cornucopia.
Apparently, no, it's not.
Wait, what?
I don't care what. I actually don't even care what the justification is. Just make it a good one so it sticks in the media.
He's already not set up right at all.
He has 3 spotters.
It was a giant anti-war peace book. Like, that's what it was. And then he just made this, like, badass film that literally didn't go with what the book was.
Nothing.
Truly, like, the essence of it, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how we start. What's up, everybody? Light crew tonight. Typo will be here a little late. No Kyle, no Luke. Basil's supposed to be here, but we'll see if he can make it. Other than that, Sam's eating cat food. I could only assume is cat food.
No, it's ice cream that I put popcorn on top of.
That's gross.
What?
Why are you not fat? For real. It pisses me
sweet
off. I fucking work
mix.
out every fucking day to try to get shredded for summertime. You just eat whatever you want. You're not fat. It's infuriating. I would be so
Still
fat.
issue. Still issue.
Is it? Okay, that's fair. To be fair, Basil is gay and proud. That is true. Oh my God, he is. Degenerate Sam.
He's
also
our
true.
gay brown. Yeah, so we're bombing Iran.
We are.
They got their wish, finally. At the express, whatever, request of Israel.
Yep.
And they're openly saying that. And I think 7 American service members are down.
Oh, it's 7 now? It was 4.
Nope. It's 7. Got their first Marine, who I think was 19 or 20 years old, graduated high school 2024.
So they're
Dead
just
for Israel.
they're just bombing indiscriminately now, right? Like they're not like warning us like they did before. They're just shooting fucking missiles into bases.
They blew up a school, dude.
We blew up a school.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they as in the military, the U.S. military, blew up a school.
Yeah, it's wild. It's not a good look.
It's par for the course for Israel. I mean, during the Obama years, they were bombing everything too. But at least we had the decency to feel bad about it and try to stop it. Which,
yeah.
We shouldn't be bombing all these countries in general. But regardless, we are, and nobody wants this war.
That's not
Lindsey
true.
Graham apparently went over there and learned from Hasbara, the fucking Israeli intelligence, how to convince Trump to do it, and now we're just bombing them with no public support. And they have 60 days.
Well, I mean, the theme of this episode is right wingers who are neocons being neocons, like Ben Shapiro, Captain Dreamer, Laura Loomer, the guys at the Babylon Bee, all these fucking guys who didn't qualify Iran at all for years. Now all of a sudden, that's the fucking hot shit, and bam, they're fucking pounding the war drum to send your sons and daughters to die for Israel.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly, Eddie. Fucking neocons.
We have nothing from the freaking from the Epstein files. They're not talking about that anymore. Kash Patel is doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
It's a freaking circus, man. It's not just a clown show. They got the animals in there. They probably got an elephant in that motherfucker. This is the biggest circus I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. They're not even pretending anymore. They're not pretending this is good for America. They was it Hegseth who called it Israel's mission? And
Yeah, I think so.
That said that explicitly said that Israel was about to bomb Iran, and Iran said we're gonna retaliate to everybody regardless of who does it. And then the solution is, okay, well, Israel, we can't convince them not to bomb Iran, so we just have to join in. No.
Yeah.
Why don't you just
We have
threaten to
to,
bomb Israel? Why is every other country in the world, including Canada, our best friends, why can we threaten them with bombs and we can't threaten Israel with bombs? Because Israel's in control, obviously. It's not like neocons. Neocons are in control, but neocons work for Israel.
Requited. I was going to bring this up, actually, just I was waiting for Sam to finish. My conspiracy brain, you see, first of all, a lot of weird shit. A lot of generals and stuff are saying, like, this is the war to bring on, like, revelations and the whole red heifer thing. Also, Israel was, like, digging, I believe, was like Libya or somewhere.
Tunnels, I know.
Yeah, besides the tunnels, outside the tunnels. They were, like, digging for artifacts like a Indiana Jones movie. It's a lot of weird shit. And I do, in my heart of conspiracy hearts, which I'm batting almost 1,000 on, they are trying some fuck shit to bring on some Antichrist.
Hmm.
This is my take.
Well, I mean, you got to listen to what these people believe in. And these people, and when I say these people, I'm not talking about Jews. I'm talking about the elites, and the elites of different types. Like, we know about Bohemian Grove, right? We know that they do pagan rituals. They do that. And because they do that, that's important.
Yeah.
Double homosexual. It's important to them. It doesn't have to be important to you, but you can't dismiss it as nonsense when it's something that the elites clearly believe in, because we've seen it. And they believe in these weird hand signals that they do. There's lots of these spiritual aspects that the elites believe in. So you better get the fuck on board and understand what's happening, because it's not a conspiracy theory to say that these people are interested, when they openly talk about it, in these weird, crazy things that seem like they're out of a Hollywood movie, like the prophecies or whatever. So no, those movies, when they talk about these prophecies, they're referencing people in the past who were in elite positions who believed in prophecies, and that never stopped. That still happens. They still believe in the spirituality while they tell you not to believe it. They want you to be secular, and they're going to be spiritual and religious in their own special, disgusting, deranged way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing it no matter what we say, right? They don't give a the veil has like legitimately been lifted. I know it's like a fucking lame thing to say, but it is really true when they're just openly like, we're gonna do this and you ain't gonna do shit. And we're like, yeah, you're right. We ain't gonna do shit. Bread and circuses, brother.
Yeah.
NFL free agency was today. Everybody's focused on that. No one gives a fuck about the Iran war.
Yeah.
And it's really true. It's really true. I mean, but also like, you know, like I talk to people around the gym or whatever like that, and like they're not for this necessarily. And they'll be like, well, why don't we do something about it? Are you gonna take the first shot? You're willing to lose everything you own to fire the first? It's like, I ain't. Are you? I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. And like, if as long as everyone's fed and fucking has entertainment, nothing's gonna happen. They know that. Also, oil's probably gonna skyrocket to like $6 a gallon.
Did you say 6?
Yeah,
What do you mean skyrocket to $6 a gallon?
like at the pump.
Oh, right. No, I was thinking of barrels. Right.
No. I mean, like we will be
No.
paying the
What
consumer.
you said made sense. It just
Yeah.
because I was expecting you to say barrels.
Yeah.
Why do we do it like that? Like they measure it in like barrels of crude rather than what we understand. Like they're always talking about 50 to 150, like that type of range for how much it costs, but that means nothing to me. I don't know what a barrel is.
I don't know how most things work.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, I'm very retarded. I don't know how most things work. I don't know how the salary cap in the NFL works. I don't know how. Like, don't we have a lot of oil ourselves? Why aren't we selling that to ourselves? I don't understand. I mean, I kind of get it because people back pocket lobbyists, whatever. But like, why are we relying on oil from the fucking Strait of Hormuz, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to
Well,
get
that's-
over here?
That's just the trade lane. But
Right, but don't we have our own oil? Can't we
do,
use our
just
own
not
oil?
enough for everything we use.
Didn't we just fucking
For
overthrow Venezuela? Use their fucking oil.
I don't think we got their oil.
We can do
I think
whatever
we
we
just
want.
got their
Clearly.
president, put him in a Nike suit, and then forgot about him. I don't know where he is. He's probably in the basement of some federal prison in Ohio or something.
OPEC
Wait.
oil is traded.
Who's in charge of Venezuela right now?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Dude, what is going on? They're bombing so many different people and doing so many different things while not releasing the Epstein files that I don't even like. It's like they're sending us on a wild goose chase. How can we know about all this stuff when history is just moving a mile a minute? I think someone's going to drop a nuke.
Really?
I'm going to throw that up. Like, there's got to be a poly market for that.
I
Poly
did
market.
see we sent our Doomsday plane over to the Middle East.
What did you say?
We sent our Doomsday plane over to the Middle East.
I don't know what a doomsday plane is.
So the Doomsday, it's like a nuclear tactical airship, essentially.
That is terrifying and ridiculous. And I was half kidding. Apparently, there was a poly market bet on a nuclear detonation that spiked just a few days ago, and they banned it.
I gotta get on Poly
Wow.
Market.
Look at this. The trading volume on this at the end of February was $16,000, and the trading volume was up to $250,000 in 5 days.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jim. It's a Boeing E-4B. That's it. That's a Doomsday plane. Yep. Yeah. I also saw an article today from Fox News, so sources and all.
Yeah.
But CIA intelligence apparently intercepted communication saying that Iran's looking to launch sleeper cells in America, and I was like, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. That's anything to justify the war.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see in New York that those 2 guys got arrested for throwing the homemade IEDs?
Yep.
You know where that guy's parents is from? Newtown, Pennsylvania, right? 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
Hey, typos here.
Hey,
You're late. You're fired.
oh man.
Very black of you to show up this late. Typos on
Yes.
time. Yeah, he's like 10 minutes from my house. Their parents, and they live in a $2-point-something million mansion. So they're not like, immigrant, like poor, struggling family. They're a rich fucking family from the Middle East. Yes, it's a mansion. It's in fucking Wrightstown. It's 10 minutes from my house.
That's a nice house, bro.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up here, boys. It's not coming up. God damn it. I had it earlier. I just didn't know we were going to talk about that. That's fine. Continue to talk amongst yourselves.
I can find it. I have it.
Look at these two scumbags, by the way, in the meantime. Look at them. What the hell are these guys?
That's who did it.
Yeah.
Here,
He's
I have
holding right there.
I have the other thing right here. Hold on, let me share my
These
screen.
people are not assimilating.
Well, their parents sure as fuck did.
Yeah. Which is even more concerning.
Here, I got it pulled up right here. This is their place.
I mean, maybe this is just a case of like, these are disaffected young men based on the economic conditions that the majority of the country is in, but it just took the form of Islamic terror because of who they were. And if they were white, it would have, I guess they're kind of white, but not really.
Look at their fucking house.
Yeah, it's very nice. I mean, I upper middle class at the very least, staunchly.
Yeah.
But you see these incel attacks, you see other like right-wing terror, you see it like the Antifa guys, but maybe this is more of because we don't see a lot of Islamic terror here, right? But maybe this is just actually more of the result of the economic situation that the majority of young men in general and women to a lesser extent, especially for causing people to commit violence because they are much less likely to do it. But maybe this is a result of that, and it just took this form because of who they are. I don't know. It's not like Europe where we get these all the time.
Yeah, no, Eddie, you're right. That's my fault. That's my bad. I should have realized that they were.
But what losers, by the way, to like grow up, get like their parents were likely immigrants, right? They come here.
Yeah.
They live in an amazing house, better than 90% of Americans. Why is there only one person watching us? What just happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we down? Are people in the comments?
No, it's up.
Okay. But regardless, it's like the ungratefulness you have to like see your life and understand where your parents came from and what this country gave you to then start trying to blow people up. Like what the hell is wrong with you? These people were never going to, these guys in particular, were never going to turn out okay.
Yeah, there's kind of like studies that show that, there's the immigrants that first come here and they want to assimilate. They want to be part of American culture, but their kids it can go two ways. Either they fully like assimilate and they just like see themselves as American, or sometimes they become more radical and more nationalistic to the country that their parents came from.
Yeah.
It's kind of
it didn't used to happen. All of our grandparents, like my Irish and Hungarian, well, Irish is a little bit further back. They assimilated on purpose. They did it purposefully. They changed to English. They gave English names. And now they don't fucking do that. They don't teach in public schools, by the way. They do not teach.
Well, I would say that like I'm not really for immigration at this point anymore, but if you are immigrants that come here, what is there to assimilate to? Because there's like no enforcement mechanism to make anyone assimilate to anything. So, it's even debated in political circles, like, what does it mean to be an American? Like, what does that mean? You just like speak our language and understand the Constitution, and like, oh, now you're
America
an
is an
American.
idea, Typo. It's an idea.
Exactly. There's just no like actual thing. Like, even if you ask someone, they would like you'd ask someone that's been here like for a while, like their family has been here for a long time, and like, what is an American? And they just start telling you like, oh, the ideas of the Constitution, and like, it's like, as much as like that might be somewhat true, it also kind of rings hollow for like what really an identity is, like what that means in other contexts in other nations. Like, like like if someone is Japanese, like, that comes with like years and years of history and culture, and with America, which I think America kind of was founded in like the 1600s, like essentially America. We were founded as colonies, but we don't even like, most people don't even know any of the history before the American Revolution. People don't even understand or care about the American Revolution, the Civil War. It's always focused on like the 20th century.
Like a generation ago.
Yeah, like that's our new identity, is what derived out of the post World War II. Like, everyone, we're a country of immigrants. We believe in freedom and principles, but there's not like really like an identity to us. So why would they assimilate? That maybe if we had something that people would assimilate to, it wouldn't be as bad. But so they'll identify with their country of their people. Like, that's it. I think it's a little bit natural in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I guess
And
that makes
also,
sense.
a lot of things that are considered culturally like American are also, they're reconceptualized as being associated with white culture. And then that is viewed as a negative thing by a large section of the population, including especially the people in positions of power, like professors. So that, and the people that write the curriculums for public schools.
This dude Sly Logan put, to be in America means to participate in a Toyota.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a great comment, dude.
But honestly, like that, like to a lot of people, even Americans' perception of what it's like very commercialized. It's like, oh, you have to watch NFL. You have to.
That's true. Actually, that would be a national law. You have to watch NFL.
but that's the thing. We attach
Could
it to
be
these
eat a
like,
bacon cheeseburger.
corporation. Yeah, like McDonald's, Starbucks. Like, we attach it to these like soulless corporations that will hollow out anyone's identity just to make a dollar. And it's just kind of sad, and it's like, it's not a real identity. It's just like whatever they can market us to buy their shit, and like, oh, we're supposed to accept that as our identity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to get us banned on YouTube, but I think a certain group of people have something to do with dismantling that idea that we have an identity.
Well, yeah, I would say they're a part of it, but and like they are like it's something that can't be ignored. But it's just honestly like it's part of the progressive ideology that stemmed out of like the New Dealers really did destroy this country. They radically changed the perception. And maybe like I've said this before, but at the time when you're watching like all these like different European sects like literally fight each other in the street, and a Catholic versus Protestant, and like all this like is nauseating, like to the elites. They're like, oh my god, these fucking simpletons. Like Irish Catholics are brawling with like fucking English Protestants, and it's just like so. In their head, in some cynical way, they're like, what if we just like we get rid of these like identities and we make it into something new? Like it's like the communist version of like re-engineer a human being so they're like this perfect little worker. And America embarked on like the same concept. Like the New Dealers thought that, like that's why it's called like a social engineering that came out of the New Dealers, because they wanted to like make us all just one itemized individual that has no cultural ties to our history, our ancestry. And so, like, yeah, I'm not saying that the APAC people didn't play a part in that. They definitely abused that in a lot of ways. But, you know, this was done by like new dealers. Like they pushed this on us in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, white leftists. I mean, we just talked about the IED attack in was it Brooklyn, wherever the fuck it was. That guy Walter Matheson, that fucking tool bag. He's like promoting pro-Muslim immigration. The guy throws a bomb over his head, and he's like,
yeah,
like, that's what we're dealing with. That's who's pushing this shit. It's like, irony to the peak.
I just saw that. I mean, this was in England, but the same principle stands where, you know, they're interviewing this older boomer woman and white woman, and they asked her like, "Oh, are you okay with like basically the demographic replacement of your people, like all these Muslims coming here that they will soon like might be a majority population?" And she's like, "Yeah, as long as they're not fascist." And it's like, yeah,
right.
That's that is like the liberal thing, dude. Like that is it. That is the left.
Also, fascism, like, or not really fascism, but something like political and social organization that could be seen very easily as fascism, especially more than even some groups in the West that are seen as fascism. The regular mean median state of humanity in most of the world for most of human history has been essentially fascism, more so than anything that we have today. More fascist than the AFD, the Alternative for Deutschland, and the Reform Party in the UK, as well as any mainstream besides, like, you know, the Atomwaffen guys on the far right in America. But most regular groups, a regular person from Bangladesh or freaking Kenya, they're going to be more fascist in their beliefs than any of them.
Yeah.
And then
well,
they want to bring people from those countries here, as long as they're not fascist. It's like they don't understand it as fascism if it's not white people doing it, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
They bring over war criminals from ethnic conflicts that they don't understand in Africa because they can't one-dimensionally understand that this is a person who is not being a fascist based on race and nationality, but based on their ethnic group, which they don't view. They just don't understand it. They don't run it through their fucking double two brain cells, and they have. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
Who pushed that fucking propaganda since World War II?
Yeah, I mean, it was
the Jews.
People.
The Jews did it.
So
they propaganda.
White dudes.
No. Yeah, no,
but
it's the neoliberal world order. I mean, it's older than that too. It's like the Enlightenment, like tabula rasa, blank slate, French Revolution shit. So that was a joke when I said the Jews. It's actually, if somebody says the Jews, they're missing the bigger picture, because this is not something that has happened just as a result of Jews. You can point out a disproportionate impact from a extreme subsection of Jews, but it's still mostly a problem caused by ostensibly white Christian men. And we don't have to blame anybody, but we should understand the problem and why it's happening.
Yeah, it was radicals in the radical socialist, and I mean they're essentially communists in a lot of ways. Like the people that were called
radical socialist
in the 1920s, communists referred to themselves in America as progressives. But they were card-carrying communist members like that. So when you hear the word progressive, it's literally just like communism. Like they were in the 1920s, American elites loved communism. They were obsessed with communism. They thought that was the way of the future. And although how ours changed, or how it was implemented here was different than the communists implemented their way, it stems from the same tree, essentially, this progressive globalist view of the world. And so it's like everything changed in the 20th century, and like everyone thought communism was the way of the future. Like that's what everyone thought. If you were against that, then you were some weirdo or radical or you were like some Stone Age person. They looked at you as like you're some ape that wasn't ready for the change that the world was coming to.
I mean, this isn't a radical thought, but like Hollywood in the 20s, right? They're like infiltrated by commies, and that's why you see what you see today through Hollywood. It's just, and by the way, again, say it 1,000 times, McCarthy didn't go far enough. That motherfucker was right, and they shut his shit down pretty quick.
Yeah, there was a lot of I mean, like that's just true. Like the Rosenbergs leaked serious. I think it was the nukes.
Yeah.
To the Soviet Union. I mean, we talked about this when we went over the people around MLK.
Right.
There's a lot of card-carrying communist members that had direct relationships with the Soviet Union.
Yep.
So this is not like anything necessarily new. Now, like obviously there's some sort of split, like the Soviets wanted their version of communism and the progressives wanted their version, and that's what essentially the Cold War was over. Like whose progressive or communist version of the world was going to take over. But yeah, I mean, we're still fighting off the remnant. I mean, every time you hear like all the politicians today, like they just still have the same rhetoric. And it's so annoying too. I always hate when they're like, oh, the Chi-Coms or the Venezuela is a communist country. It's like, yeah, kind of, it's like communism died, dude. It died. It went down with the Soviet Union.
To be clear, so did fascism. So anything recognized as communism or fascism today is not going to be communism or fascism. It's going to be something that carries that might carry like the underlying beliefs and the intellectual history to varying extents of one or both, but it's not going to exist today. There's no such thing as a neo-Nazi. It's just like they might adopt the symbology of it, but it doesn't make any sense because neo-Nazis are new. There's something new. They're not the ends, as in, I'm just trying not to say it for the algorithm, not the other end that people are thinking of, but it's a new thing. Communism is like hammer and sickle. 20th century communism is not going to come ever, but something just as bad or worse can happen. And something that's fascist, something that people describe as fascist, is not going to be fascist. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of people they would consider themselves, they call it reactionary thinking. And reactionaries comes from, they were like, a lot of them are counter Enlightenment, the people that were critical of the Enlightenment. And that's where this school of thought comes from. But because everyone's thought on politics is like fascism, communism, or capitalism, America, USA. And if you don't fall in these very broad three lines, then you must be a fascist. This is old right-wing thinking from pre-Enlightenment era. And they just call them fascists because that must be the line of thought they fall in if it's hard right. And it's so hard to like explain to people that 150 years ago, you would be seen as the most radical liberal of all the people around you. You'd be seen as like a crazy, even if like a right-wing person today, not a conservative.
Any of us would be seen as radical left liberals.
Yes.
On socialism.
Yeah, for sure.
We would be extreme left 150 years ago, anywhere, including here.
Yes.
Absolutely. And they'd be like, wait a minute. They look at me and Adam and be like, wait a minute. You're a fucking Italian and a Mick. What are you doing here? You're Catholic? You're not American. Like that was standard.
Also, like when they use terms like fascist and stuff, that's to get the quote unquote normie to be like, oh, they must be bad because I associate that with the H-man.
Yes.
So clearly, and it's just a language war, and they're winning it pretty well, if you ask me, from my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I hope like discourse can evolve past the 20th century. Like it's just so boring now. Like I use it, when you're talking about some Antifa piece of shit. You're like, look at this communist piece of shit, dude. You're like,
right.
It's not like he's not really a communist, dude. He loves his Starbucks, his iPhone,
right,
and all of his gay, fuck buddies, and he loves all that. But like communism has nothing to do with like your sexuality. Like that stuff is not like normal. The Soviets weren't like degrading their society the same way that we were degrading ours. Please
face wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly, dude.
But I have an art degree. Cool, face of the wall.
Yeah. It's like the have you ever a perfect example of this? And it always freaked me out when I saw it. It's when there was like this, I don't know, there's an event with North Korea and South Korea, and the North Korean dancers came on, did their little dance, and it was in front of a North Korean audience. And then the South Koreans came on and did their dance, and the North Korean audience was horrified. They were looking at this like, this is degenerate. This is disgusting. Why are you? This is like going to a strip club for them. This is like, oh, and it was, don't get me wrong. It's not like the dancers were like, to us, that provocative. But to them, it was like, this is crazy. Like, what are they doing? Why are they wearing this? You know? And so it's like not exactly right to say that, like, oh, like, you know, these communist pieces of shit. It's like, no, dude, these guys are just liberals. They're just like fanatical liberals that hate fucking white people and Christianity and decency. Right. And like, they're just fucking weirdos. But they're not really communist.
Well, I mean, you even said it yourself. Like, they love their Starbucks night. Like, yeah, they're all at the, you know, the Antifa ICE protests, filming everything with iPhones. It's like, whoa, what happened to that capitalism?
Exactly. And like, you know, I don't really like the guy. He's like, but Jackson Hinkle, I'm sure you've seen his stuff. He's like he calls himself a third worldist, but he also, like, you know, he even claims like we should have like a Christian communist nation to a degree, like, or it's kind of a weird thing he's trying to do, but he's promoting, what he promotes is not degeneracy. He's not promoting like this sick trans shit or anything like that. He's promoting is like the workers unite, like people unite, and like they attract the third worlders, and that is what the communists did. You might not like the guy, but that is actually the move the communists were trying to do.
We talked about that, Typo. Remember we bring this up every like 6 months or so, but remember when we did that years ago, we did the Chinese history thing about how, like, based on the information, we would, like, I would have, and most of the people in this chat would have followed Mao over the foreign funded and trained and foreign in basically all ways, except for ethnically educated, everything. Chiang Kai-shek, or was it Chiang Kai-shek or the guy before him? But regardless, all of them were either Japanese, European, or American educated. They had foreign ideas. They treated the people worse than the communists. Like, obviously, we see how it played out, but that's hindsight. That's not like at the time. I think Jackson Hinkle is wrong for, like, optically choosing to call it communism, because people have preconceived notions about these types of things. But that doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. It can be a completely different conception of it. That's why someone like Basil calls himself a Marxist, even though he doesn't have any of the, like, what people associate with communism today, what people call communism. And a system is what it does. And that's the same thing for a group of people. So if a group of people, if especially when it's like something that, okay, the thing is what people like, the undeniable things, like they'll accept the communists, whatever, they'll accept social democrats in certain cases, someone like the DSA, a social democrat type of person. The communists might accept them, but they're not going to accept someone going against race or gender beliefs. That is against their beliefs. So that is essentially the most fundamental beliefs of that group that they're not going to give up. So that is, in the eyes of most people, what communism is today, but that's not what it was for the majority of communism's history. If you look at this map, this is East Germany versus West Germany, based on pre-unification, with East Germany being a Soviet puppet and communist. And today, they're the ones supporting Alternative for Deutschland. So on a cultural lens, they are the most right-wing ones, the people who are under communism, whereas the people who are under the liberal West, liberal in the old definition, not meaning left in American politics, but liberal, which would be opposed to both fascism and communism, the liberal West, they are all in support of the regular liberal, again, in the old sense, conservative party versus the Alternative for Deutschland, completely taking the former East German area. So their traditions were amazingly communism, because this isn't always the case in a lot of ways, depending on what it's being compared to, but their traditional culture in a lot of ways was preserved besides the religion, or at least their belief in their traditional culture and against outsiders. And this was, it was left-wing for the longest time, and still is in theory, but not in practicality. If you go back to what Marx believes, you know, bringing in cheap labor used to be a way to protect the workers, and it still is. But it's been kicked out of this idea of communism because it actually affects the capitalist class, which controls all of the money and capital and belief in America, because they control the media companies. And I'm done.
Yeah, well, this is where if you guys ever Francis Parker Yockey, which is, I will say, he has a interesting story. Basically, he was an American soldier, I think, and he defected to the Nazis. But after the war was over, he went and lived in the Soviet Union because he said that, like, the Soviet Union does not, like, yes, the Soviet Union developed like this probably because they had the biggest land army the world has ever seen. And then now they're trying to do like this communist movement. And they're like, well, how are we going to like push this on the people? Well, we have this massive land army. Maybe we could use that and just use it by the force of a gun. And so, like, since the communist way was like so brutal, so like just force of a gun, they didn't use like social engineering methods as well as our country did. So they didn't like, it didn't seep into your mind. It was just like, you know, like in public, you will be like, yeah, I'm not, you know, Christian. I believe in the workers unite, blah, blah, blah. But then you can go home and whisper to your family and being like, yeah, I don't really believe that shit. I just don't want to get fucking shot, you know, like,
Yeah.
where here it's much more like subversive. Like we were better at, like the Americans were better at subversing our own culture from underneath us. We just didn't know it was happening. Like no one could describe it until like we already started to see the effects of it. And taking over education was like
I was just going to say, this goes back to what I said earlier about the whole Hollywood thing. It's like they infiltrate Hollywood, you infiltrate the education system, and then bam, that's the pipeline to the youth. That's the pipeline to teenagers and young adults. And they're like, oh, this is actually pretty lit. And you're like, no, but now it's so far ingrained and it's so far gone. Like there's no going back. Like, look at, and we talked about this before too. Sorry, real quick, but like we talked about it before.
No,
like every
fine.
time, like fucking Daily Wire or Blade, whatever shitty fucking conservative, whatever they all try to make like this fucking like right wing art, and it sucks.
Yes,
because it's the same shit leftists do. Instead of making a good product, you're just trying to pump your fucking propaganda, and it's trash. Just because I might slightly agree with you that trash more than the other, I can still see through it, right? It's like we can't. I don't mean like us three. I mean like conservatives. That ship has sailed. You're not getting into the Hollywood game. It's gone. You're never getting it back.
Yeah,
unless you go in with a gun.
And well, also the biggest problem with the like mainstream conservatives is they're appealing to an older version of the same propaganda. They're appealing to like the 90s or the 70s or something like before, like what they view is like, oh, when in like the progressive era of our country was at its peak or the best. And it's like, no, actually you have to go back before that. Like you can't just like try to reverse 30 years ago and think like, whoa, we solved all of our problems. It's like, no, we were already under occupation, and the propaganda was subverting our culture long before like even you can think of. Like it'd probably be like you'd probably have to go pre 20th century maybe, like, or at least before the
education fund, late 19th century. It's tied in with industrialization. And that's when these capitalists, and when I say capitalists, I'm not talking about people who support the ideas of capitalism. I mean that people who control the capital. Once you get like the government's in charge because nobody has enough money to beat out the government. But then you get robber barons in the late 19th century. You get industrialization and technology, and technology then allowing people to like move around the country and transfer information with like the telegram, moving around with trains. Like they can physically control a company or corporation or person can physically control the amount of capital that they can get together in one company, which allows them to then use that money to affect national policy, which just practically was not possible before. Until you get the titans of industry that are able to control massive industry. A regional company could become national. That was not possible before the Industrial Revolution. Both the methods that they used to create it, being the industrial products, as well as the technologies that those same that same infrastructure was creating, allowed them to physically do it because they didn't have to travel on horseback to get a message 4 days away. They could do it instantly with a telegram. And I think that's product with trains.
I think that's what's you know,
Real,
take
sorry,
out like
real quick, Justin.
Go ahead,
this-
go ahead.
I think YouTube's fucked up. There's actually a lot of people in here. It's just not showing it. I don't know why.
I mean, especially
it
with
just
velocity
keeps-
of chat, it's got to
It
be
just
like
keeps
normal.
it just keeps resetting for some reason. I think YouTube's fucked
weird.
or StreamYard's fucked. One of the two. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sound off in the
But I-
comments if you're here.
Yeah,
I don't know
please.
what I was gonna-
Also, like the video, guys. Like the video to
Yeah,
show
like,
YouTube. Stop fucking
Subscribe.
up. It kept
And-
going
Most
from like
people view bot. We hack into the algorithm to make us look like we have less viewers than we have.
it kept going from like the high 20s to 30s to fucking 1. I don't know what the fuck's
Yeah, it's
going
so
on.
bullshit, dude.
I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I think YouTube's fucked
But-
or something's fucked. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but you know, you can even take out the obvious ethnic component with that goes into like the Jeffrey Epstein files. But what that reveals to me is the capitalist class in our society that can just, you know, do whatever they want. Get on our Patreon, like Eddie said.
Yeah, we put out some bangers recently.
And because like, dude, there was literally like Saudi officials reaching out to Epstein so they can get something from America. And it's like they're not even going through the embassy to contact our government to talk the proper representative. They're skipping all. If you're high enough elite, you skip all of that, and you can just go to the capitalist class in America.
Shout out, Justin.
Hells yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's go.
Appreciate.
dude.
Oh yeah, we have super chat, guys. I keep
Is that
forgetting
our
we have-
first one?
No, our first one was $20 from.
Oh,
Gave us
sick.
$20. That was very generous of them.
Yeah, he called us gay, but that's fine.
I forget who.
Our first super chat was that. That's
was calling
hilarious.
Sam and me gay.
That's
Shoe fits, Adam.
dude.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Talk
You call me
range.
gay all you want. No, we appreciate it, Justin. Thank you very much.
But yeah, the merchant class in our society has seen the means of power, and I like we can see here. It doesn't really matter who you vote for. It seems like we always get John McCain. It's because the elected officials, the politicians, are not actually the ones in control. It's a much higher level than that.
Yeah, that is true. You are. You eat like a divorcee. Pisses me off.
Can't be gay.
Dude, he was eating before you showed up. He was eating ice cream with popcorn on it, like a fucking fat pig.
I'm a goddamn freeborn American, and I'll eat what the hell I want. And you commie bullshit trying to limit me with your. You know what? I'm tired of your bullshit, Adam. Tired
That's
of
fair.
it.
Yeah, Jim, I can't be gay anymore. I'm not a cop. Retired from that game. All right,
I love you. I love you
retired from that game.
so much.
White slavery, white prostitution has been around for a long time. All these real suspects involved. Yep, also true. Caravaggio, also true. Look at the Epstein Island. It's all white chicks.
There's
I mean,
actually-
genuinely, like I think it, like
You
it's
know, where Epstein's talking about how he doesn't want blacks.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
We
called
talked
them
about that on the show.
like that.
Yeah.
yeah, he definitely said that. Yeah,
All
there's
the
a lot of
Did he definitely say that? Like that exact phrasing? I don't know.
I don't know about that exact phrasing. He definitely was saying no blacks, pretty much.
he dropped a word we're not allowed to say on
Yeah.
on this
Oh
channel.
no, I forgot.
Yeah, we read it on the
Yeah.
podcast. We read it on the show. Yeah, if you look at all the victims who've come forward, they're all white chicks.
Yeah, yeah. it's
Maybe-
pretty sick.
Maybe they let the white ones live for some reason.
Mm,
Well-
all right, I'm down with that conspiracy.
I mean,
I'm down for that.
I don't know. I have no idea. It sucks that the Epstein files is such like a mountain of information that like going through even just a little bit and reading it. I mean, some of it's just boring because it's just
I know.
Epstein treating it like a fucking group chat.
I know.
And he's it's like, dude, it's so like I saw a meme that was like, you know, I take like 20 minutes to write like a 4-sentence email and I proofread, make sure it looks professional. And then Jeffrey Epstein, some pedophile elite with a shit ton of money, sends like, haha, smiley face. Let's go get those girl this weekend, bro.
Yeah, he's like, you're gay, LOL, with the UR for your.
Yeah. He seems dumb. Like reading the emails, maybe it's just how boomers type emails, but he seems like a dumb person.
No,
Which
see,
makes me
I
feel like-
disagree with the boomer. I think most boomers type emails properly,
Right. Yeah.
not
I mean,
like slang.
yeah.
That's like millennial, almost like early AOL type chat.
Right. But like, doesn't he seem dumb from the emails? Like, he doesn't seem smart, and I feel like he'd have to be smart to pull this off. So it's weird.
Would they inject the adrenochrome with people they wouldn't eat? I don't know. Also, by the way, the adrenochrome thing, right? Bring that up, Justin. Good call. Doesn't like high doses of adrenaline age you? Right. It's not
I would assume that makes sense.
It
I
does.
don't know any
Like
science
if
on
you
this.
if you're always stressed and like you age poorly. So the whole
Yeah.
adrenochrome thing doesn't really make sense in that aspect of like the keeping yourself young conspiracy. I would think it does the opposite of that. Maybe you get a sick high from it. That I can see, right? Because you have all the fucking DMT and shit going through you. Sure, okay,
yeah.
fine. But the whole keep you young thing, I think it's the
I
opposite
think
of
it's
that.
a spiritual thing. I think it's a spiritual thing like before.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
there
for
are
sure.
lots of people in the world that eat people and drink blood. And it's not like cultures openly, like whole cultures ultimately practicing this. But let me pull up an article of some of the people arrested from Africa into the UK.
Blacks getting arrested? Unheard of.
That many.
There's no way that's true.
Dude, are they doing some pagan shit?
Yeah. Pagan rituals, blood rituals, trafficking kids to be used as essentially blood bags. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me just pull it
Well,
up.
what's that guy, Brian Johnson, who like injects his son's blood into him? That
Yeah.
millionaire guy? You know that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that actually has like actual scientific backing to it to a degree. Where like young blood could filter out old blood or something like that. I was reading up on it a while ago. I can't
I don't know
remember.
about drinking it though.
No. Like just like
Right, I know.
cycling it out. Yeah.
And also, this is what the Aztecs did before they consumed human flesh. They to release, like they would stress somebody out to release the endorphins that are, supposedly possibly adrenochrome.
Yeah. See, it's
Yeah.
not
We
stimulant,
can't
right?
test this scientifically because of limitations in ethics. So we just don't know. Like, it's not like people can say, "Oh, we know this isn't true." No, we don't know because they're not going to do it. The only way that we'd be able to do this is if some Nazi scientist or Japanese Unit 731 or whatever it's called did the experiment themselves, and I don't think they did. That's the only way we'd get it because they're not doing it in the open.
And there's historical precedents for this. Like there's, trials back in like old times that they would do they called these people witches or, pagans. And, even some, there's famous ones in the 1800s where, it's like these weird sects of little Jewish communities that were doing some weird stuff where there's possibly sacrificing children. Like if you look at the trials, there's a couple episodes. I think it was Pete's episode. Oh no, it was on Jay
Look,
Bird.
Maggie, the bad kitty.
It was on Jay Bird.
Dude,
show.
if your cat slashes your jugular on stream, all I'm saying, it will do numbies. So maybe you sacrifice yourself.
Team boys.
But
Yeah, I mean,
dude, it's just some weird shit going on. What is
BBC
this?
boys. African children trafficked to UK for blood rituals. 400
Oh.
African children have been abducted and trafficked to the UK and rescued by British authorities, according to figures obtained by the BBC.
Okay, but who's doing the blood rituals?
Mostly African immigrants. It's not like the Queen.
Gotcha.
Well, she's dead, or is she?
Well, this is from 2011.
Very alive.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I have no evidence for this. I've just heard
Doctors
people
took his
claim
blood
this,
to be used in such rituals.
but a lot of
are shamans, by the way.
a lot of your Eastern European kids seem to be the ones that go missing a lot because they're easier to take.
Well,
these rump states.
no one misses poor people or homeless kids. That's like
exactly
that's like kidnapping 101.
In the UK, all the victims, the teenage female and younger than teenage victims of these grooming gangs, they're all lower class white British kids.
Right, because no one's looking for them.
Uh-huh.
But if you steal,
And their parents have less authority to advocate for themselves. They're picked for that purpose.
right,
Predators
of course.
pick people that like in Connecticut, we have the American School for the Deaf. There was a teacher molesting the kids there. If they're deaf, they have a
every school in
disability
America.
harder. It's why they do it to a predator will disproportionately seek out mentally challenged children. These people
Well, they can't hear them coming. It's an easy target.
It's an easy target.
Did
They take on the autistic kid, because he's not.
Yeah, and
a normal kid would have difficulty explaining to someone what happened to them, but normal, whatever. An autistic kid would have even more trouble. One that has difficulty talking verbally, of course, you're not going to get.
Yeah.
that. So that's who
John
you're
Wayne
trying to go
Gacy's victims were like poor teenage,
Yep.
sexually confused boys. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Again,
Then-
easy. I don't know how you don't just fucking like. Listen, when I was a cop, I never dealt with any like the child stuff like this, so I never had to experience it. But like, I don't know how these guys just don't put bull in their fucking. Remember, you guys ever see True Detective the first season?
yes, badass show.
So great. I just rewatched it again. But when they find Woody Harrelson, what's his face, McConaughey's characters, they find the two kids in that like cabin,
Yeah.
and Woody Harrelson
Yeah.
comes down, and shoots the guy in the fucking head.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how
Awesome.
you're not doing that because like you have to the emotion you must
Yeah.
feel.
Did
know?
you hear about a lot of that stuff while you were on the police force, Adam? Like anything like that? No.
Nah, I mean we had specialized units like squads for that and stuff.
SVU, mother.
SVS actually.
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah, special
I don't know.
victims
I was talking
squad.
about the TV show.
I know, but there's no units in NYPD. It's all squads. Actually, talk about on the Patreon.
Where is
Check it out.
SVU based? Chicago.
What?
What city is SVU? The TV show.
New York.
Oh, so they just made it up.
Yeah, there's no units in the NYPD. They're all squads. Emergency Service Squad, Special Victims Squad, Detective
So is
Squad. there's no units.
SVU, is that based on the SVS or is it just
Yes.
like total fiction?
No, I just made up. In the fictional 13th precinct, and you know
Thanks
why
for-
there's
I
no.
don't think I have a 13th precinct.
I'll tell you why they don't have a 13th precinct because
It's an
10.
unlucky
So, yeah, it is a number, correct?
Unlucky number.
No, that's not why. Because
Oh.
1013 in NYPD radio lingo is like all shit hit the fan. I'm getting shot at. I'm in a shootout. Get here.
Ah,
and
I
when
remember
you
that
go
from
over,
Monsters, Inc. Yeah.
and when you go over, yeah, exactly, like Monsters Inc. And when you go over, and when you like patrol, like I was the 122 precinct, and I was sector Charlie, so they would go like 2 Charlie to raise us, right? So you can't say like 13 Adam, because that would constantly be confused if someone called him 1013. So there's no
Very
13.
smart.
There's no 85 precinct for the same reason. 85 is a less of a 13. So 1085 is like, oh shit, get here. 1013 is like, get everybody here.
So
there's
there's
no
no 10. There's no 10th precinct.
There is a 10th precinct. It's Chinatown.
But why would there be a 10 if there's no 13?
I just told
Is it because they're saying it in a Chinese accent? Oh,
Yes.
it's a 10.
it's a 10? Yes, that's it. You nailed it. You got it.
No.
No, the
Is
10th
there a
precinct is Chinatown.
69th precinct?
Yeah, 69.
Is there a 99th precinct?
No, Brooklyn 99's fake.
No.
Yeah,
Wait, why is there no 99? Do the numbers just not go up? that
they
high?
stopped before that.
Oh, because in one of the episodes, Sergeant Jeffords, when he's getting promoted to lieutenant, he almost goes to the 115th precinct in Staten Island.
No,
that
we are. I was a 122, but there's no 9. There's no 99.
Wait, 122 in Staten.
Yes,
That's where he's going to go.
I know, but there's no 95.
No, there's no 9.
I mean, no 99. There's no 99.
Well, how do they work then? Why is there no 99 or 95?
I think it goes off of districts,
Oh,
something like that. I
okay.
think I don't really know, but
Reed
the
starts
highest
at 100
precinct,
for Staten.
it's the 120, the 121, the 122, and the 123 in Staten Island. We're the like the latest. We have like the last numbers in the whole thing.
mm.
122, 122.
Yeah. Shout out 122.
Yeah. I'm from a
Yeah.
town. I live in a town so small that actually my hometown does have police officers, but this town, my town that I live in, only has state troopers. We don't even have a police department. And you guys
Wow,
got
I have
100.
2, and I don't even think they're full time, dude.
Yeah, they're probably state troopers or something, and they might be county level. We don't have counties in Connecticut.
We have county
no
here.
county
we have,
government.
we have
Most other states
we
do,
have
but
sheriff
Connecticut
department.
has no counties for government. They're just like a
What?
geographic thing.
New York
Oh,
City
well,
has a
guess
sheriff's
it's so
department,
small.
but they kind of just handle like evictions and stuff.
Yeah. Well, New England has a history. Like our towns are older than the country. So like the towns have a lot of power. So I think in the 60s they just got rid of the counties because they had no power because the towns were so powerful and still are.
Jim, my badge number was the palindrome. It was 23632.
23632.
Yep. Very easy to remember because forward and back. Which might have been bad for me. I don't know if people can remember that better. Like, oh, you're the guy who fucking
Dude, they skipped a lot of numbers for the precinct. There's no 2, 3, 4. There's no
It ends
eight-
in 1, 2, 3.
what?
There's got to be a
ends in the
reason.
1, 2, 3. I told you the 1, 2, 3 is in Staten Island. It's on the South Shore. That's where I grew up.
There's only 4 precincts in Staten.
Yes, the 120, the 121, the 122, and the 123. And the 123 is the last numbered precinct in all of New York City. Queens is like hundreds. They're in the hundreds.
Why are some Manhattan ones not numbered? Central Park, Midtown North, and Midtown
Yeah,
South.
they have their own. It's their own thing. Midtown
think-
North and Midtown South.
Actually,
That breaks.
What the hell's wrong with these guys?
Midtown North and Midtown South break at Times Square. And then you have precincts within Midtown North, Midtown South. That's a patrol borough. That's why. So
Central Park has its own precinct?
yes,
That's crazy, dude.
yeah. See, Justin, there's 78 precincts total, right? But there's different numbers, and so every borough, some have 2 patrol boroughs. That's Midtown North, Midtown South, patrol borough. Staten Island was PBSI, patrol borough, Staten Island. Then I think Queens had 2, Brooklyn has 2, and the Bronx has 1.
Central Park is 843 square acres?
It's you. Yeah. Have you seen
Just
from
acres?
overhead?
Huge. Yeah.
It's gigantic. So they have to dedicate an entire precinct just to Central Park and the
Do
surrounding
the other
areas of the
cops
park.
in New York City just view the Central Park cops as basically dumbass park rangers?
I don't know. Maybe. You gotta talk to Manhattan guys.
You're not a real cop.
Probably. I mean, I got called that from working in Staten Island. So they used to call us the Richmond County Sheriff's Department. They didn't even call us. Because
That's
Brooklyn's,
good.
Brooklyn's technically Kings County, right? That's the actual name of Brooklyn's Kings County. I'm telling you, and Staten Island's Richmond County. So, and then Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, and that's their names.
Brooklyn.
That is
Bronx,
some
Queens.
inside lingo
Yeah.
that only you would know.
Yep.
God damn,
Yep.
I want to listen to Beastie Boys now.
No sleep.
No.
Till Kings County.
Actually, I was thinking about a lesser known song called Love Letter to the Boroughs of New York. That's probably not the name of the song. Something stupid. I don't think a lot of people listen to it, but I liked it.
You Beastie Boys are all right. See, this is the town I wanted to fucking police in. Eddie said there's 2 cops in my town and there's never been a violent crime since the inception of 1850s. I guess no blacks live there.
Oh, it's called An Open Letter to NYC.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. I should do a whole Patreon episode of NYPD.
We should do a Patreon episode on RV There Yet.
Dude, this guy's obsessed
You
with
are
that fucking
fucking obsessed with
obsessed
that
with that. Dude, I see him playing it by himself because the Steam notification pop on my computer when I'm
Yeah.
here.
No,
I'll be
I'm
like,
not playing it by myself. I'm playing it with
what? I'm playing with your fucking girl pal, but you're not allowed to have
I'm playing it
friends
with
outside of us.
my friend who is a woman. Yes,
Uh-huh.
that's
you don't
it.
have friends that are women.
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
True. No, no such thing.
Very
They don't
nice.
exist.
Leslie's the
Mm.
best.
That's a lesbian's name.
Just don't
suits you.
name drop her.
What?
You guys get together and talk about your Subarus together?
And your fucking
I don't
cats.
remember what she drives, but I don't think it's a Subaru.
It's a Subaru. It's
Oh.
a Subaru or
How
a
many
Jet-
how many cats does
I'm
she
gonna
have?
text her.
yeah,
I actually just texted her to ask her if she wanted to play RV There Yet, so it's already up.
see.
She
Yeah,
watches
shout
the
out
show sometimes, too,
Leslie.
by the way.
Leslie.
Shout out Leslie. Leslie watches the show sometimes. She's referenced Adam to me by name.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's probably like that guy's so handsome.
It's like,
I know.
definitely not. She did not say that.
Nah, you can't prove it though. You know.
You're not her
So-
type. You're a douche.
wow. I guess she likes guys that can't bench their body weight. That's fine.
How much
Yeah,
do you weigh,
well-
Sam?
Whatever twink weight is.
I'm telling her that Adam called her a lesbian.
We thought that's what you said. What's her name? Lesbian?
You
That's
shut
what
up,
we thought you
doofus.
said.
Leslie's at my house tonight. Central Park does have the mounted units is a separate thing, but they go there.
The mounted units are a separate thing apart from the precincts. They have
Yeah.
their own.
In fact, also fun
Who
fact,
do they fucking work for?
the mounted unit.
But where do they fall in? Do you guys have like a leadership structure? Is there a
Yeah, the
whole
mounted
girl
units, their own
side boroughs
command.
police chief?
No, there's the commissioner, and then
And the commissioner of New York City Police,
uh-huh.
he's in charge of all 5 boroughs. Is there like a borough level?
There's borough chiefs.
So there's a borough chief who's in charge of all the precincts in their borough, and he has an
Yeah.
office
Yeah,
with staff. How much staff? Does he have his own cops? Or
I'm
no?
in
Is it
Staten
all
Island. I have
admin?
like 10 people in it.
Right. So it's all admin staff, maybe older officers.
No, there's cops who work for the borough, like I said.
So,
and
but the
detec-
cops
and
who work for
detectives.
the borough, who are they arresting? Because they have no jurisdiction.
They
right?
don't really do. They don't do patrol. No, they do have jurisdiction. They just don't really do patrol. They just do
Who do
like
they have
fucking
jurisdiction over if they're borough wide. That's like a county sheriff.
the whole
not a
borough.
county.
they usually just drive around the chiefs. That's usually their job.
And they just shoot anybody that messes with them.
That'd be sick. I would sign.
Are they
up for
like
that job.
Secret Service officers? Is it like a desirable job?
Yeah, because you don't do anything. You just drive around for 8 hours and fucking get paid.
That sounds dope.
I know.
Borough level, there's a commissioner of Staten Island who's in charge.
No.
of the boroughs?
It's not a commissioner of Staten Island. It's a chief.
A chief, and then he
Depending
has
on, it might
other
be a
chiefs
1-star
under
chief.
him
It might be a
of the
2-star chief.
precinct, right?
Technically, he's in charge of the borough. Yeah.
He's in charge of the whole borough. So then that chief has smaller chiefs.
No, they have like captains, inspectors, lieutenants, so on.
Okay, but who's the captain? Captain of what?
He just works for the borough.
Okay, but who is the what's the guy or girl or woman who's in
Very
charge of a
progressive of
whole
you.
precinct?
That's a CO, which is usually a captain or an inspector.
Okay, is inspector a rank higher than captain?
Yes. There's also deputy inspector, which is one higher than inspector, I believe.
Deputy inspector's higher than inspector?
I can't remember.
That
It's
feels
one of,
wrong.
it's one of the two. They go side by side, but you
They're
can't
not
take
a
it. No, they're not a chief.
But
I just said they're
Captain
star
Hole-
chiefs.
Captain, oh, he's a captain.
Yeah. This is the order. So it goes cop and detective at the same rank. Okay. So cop and detective. That's how you start.
And then
Or you
sergeant.
don't start detective, but whatever. Cop, detective, sergeant, lieutenant,
No corporal.
captain. No, captain. And then that's the test end there, by the way. You can't get promoted to inspector outside of getting promoted. You can't take a
It's a
test.
political job.
Yes. Then it's
You get
inspector, duty inspector. What?
Do you get elected? Who chooses you?
Chiefs.
Commissioner?
Chiefs or inspector. Yeah, chiefs.
Okay,
Chiefs
okay.
choose you.
So we're up to captain. What's after captain?
Inspector or duty inspector, one of the two. They go back to back. I can't remember which one.
It's probably
Then-
duty inspector than inspector.
Probably. Then it's 1-star chief, 2-star chief, 3-star chief, and then it's fucking the police commissioner. But that's not a technically he's a civilian.
Is
So
that
you're
an
elected-
appointed
he's elected
position?
to that role.
Yes, by the mayor.
Elected by the mayor, so appointed. not
No,
elected.
appointed by the mayor. That's what I
Appointed
said.
by the mayor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand now. I believe.
Okay, good. So this whole thing sounds esoteric.
I just made everybody listen to my interest that I knew no one else cared about.
I mean, it is interesting, but like, yeah,
I
that
think it's
went on.
interesting.
It is interesting because every police department has its own thing. Also, like a lot of police departments, like a detective is a rank above cop, but like detectives couldn't tell you what to do. And there's also grades of detective. There's 3-star, not 3-star, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and 1st grade detective. 1st grade is very hard. It's almost possible to get. I also heard a rumor one time you can only be a 1st grade detective if you're a Freemason.
Wait, the fire department has ranks
Freemason.
that are based on the armies?
I have no
Yes.
fucking idea.
What?
Yes.
FDNY has a first sergeant and a private first class and a special
Well, they have a lieutenant.
sergeant. That's crazy.
Wait, the FDNY does not have that.
That's what it says here, but it's,
No, they do not. They have a lieutenant who's like their sergeant. They don't have a sergeant. It goes like fireman, lieutenant. They also have their own technical police department, kind of the fire department. They have like fire marshals who carry guns and shit.
yeah, that
Sanitation
Awesome.
police are also a thing that exists in New York City.
what is?
Sanitation police.
Sanitation. Oh, that's
Sanitation.
gotta be a thing. Yeah,
That's
that's
just-
gotta
yeah.
be a thing.
Mob.
dude.
That's a gig. That's a fuck. You don't do shit, and you get to carry a gun. Yeah,
Sick.
thanks to The Wire, I'm aware of that, Rex. Baltimore PD has majors.
Someone just lied.
Reduced his brain cell testosterone somehow. Yeah,
Pretty sick.
yeah. So like, if
It's
detective
literally
told us-
like a military.
well, it's a
Uniformed officer,
it's a
detective,
paramilitary organization.
And commander, deputy chief, chief,
Yeah,
lieutenant, captain, deputy.
there's a fire.
inspector,
There's a battalion
inspector.
chief.
Wait, the inspector is a full bird colonel rank, and then deputy inspector is a major, not a because it's gold. Interesting. And then deputy
That is
chief, 1-star, assistant chief, 2-star,
Yeah.
bureau chief, 3-star, chief of
Yep.
department, 4-star.
Yeah, chief of departments. That's the highest ranked member of the NYPD, and then as police commissioner is a civilian. Like if there's like if you're the chief of department, you have and you're like being like picked to do the job next, you have to retire. You can't do it while on duty.
Oh
Wait,
wow.
oh, okay. Wait, this says there are levels of patrolmen as well
No,
for pay scale though.
just years on the job.
Right. But
Yeah.
it's saying here it's patrolman first class, second class, but
No,
that's just time in service. That's
it's
just
just
how
time.
they designate
So
it.
like once you hit 5.5, like that's your first bump. Then it's 10, 15, 20, 25, so on.
Oh, that's okay. That's not what I saw. I'm probably just seeing BS.
How long do you have to be a police officer to retire?
Technically, I think it's 2 years to get like a vested pension, but like you're not gonna get anything out of it.
Yeah.
NYPD
you-
do like birthright training in Israel.
Because 2 years you're on probation.
Ah, okay.
You need blessings of 3 rabbis to be the chief. Yeah. All right, we can wrap it up.
Sorry, what I saw was the rank structure from 1907. So it's the old.
Well, yeah, dude, that would probably be it. Right?
I saw it said salary, and I thought it was the salary for 2 weeks, but it's actually the salary for a year. Because it's like starts at $900.
Yeah. All right, guys. As you heard in the show already, go join the Patreon, please. Jake S. Stash, Daniel M, T Rex, Eddie Grimm, Jay Forte, Jacob, Neil, Corey Greenleaf, Cole Dobner, Ray, Eric F, Jacob Smith, Silly Cat, Chuck D. Wagon, BBB, GGG, Metaprime, Petrocopia, Matt Piscatelli, Roman Benedetti, Ligma, Ian Patton, Jim Bowman, Tyler Goble, and someone else just joined. I forgot to put him on the list. So shout out to you too. Shout out that guy. So go join our Patreon, patreon.com/5 till midnight. We put out bangers. We play video games. We do like longer form content of like events that happened, or like a typo break down the thing that happened during World War II that I can't say. Also, shout out Antelope Hill Publishing. They have great books. Go to their website. The link is in the description. Code
Historical
5TM
reprint.
for 5% off your entire order. So go support them. Go support us. Shout out. And follow me at Adam Nutter. Oh, yeah, real quick. Shit, fuck. Funniest or best Apple Podcast or Spotify review. Take a screenshot, DM us the 2 funniest ones, 3 months Patreon for free. So just DM any of us with your screenshot of your review. And if it's funny, 3 months Patreon for free. Go follow me at Adam Nutter.
Okay, last thing though. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you ever get trained in Israel when you were an NYPD cop?
No, I never got trained in Israel.
But they do that, right?
Your first.
I don't
first 2
think so.
years.
I maybe like some specialized units, but not like regular patrol.
His first 2 years, he was actually in Gaza beating the shit out of some Palestinians.
They told me to.
I needed the pension.
This land was promised to them 3,000 years ago, you piece of shit.
I'm sure it
I heard-
happens.
I've heard about this, but I don't think it's as like widespread. Like, don't be wrong, I
don't
don't
think it
like
is.
it at all. And it definitely happens. I don't know if it's like an annual thing either. It might have just been like a
common specialized training. It seems like a huge waste of money to fly police officers to Israel for getting trained.
Yeah,
That
it
just
definitely
doesn't
is.
seem like
But
a-
they're
like-
using that federal
like-
money, bro.
but they can
Yeah,
train them
dude.
here. Like it's
No
great.
shit.
I don't know if we would want them doing crowd control. Like, they'll just put a bullet in someone's head and be like, that
Yeah,
solves your
I know.
problem. Crowd would
Yeah, the guys
disperse
trained in Israel,
I
immediately.
mean, it does solve the problem.
They start raping the prisoners, and the guy's like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Like, "What? You sent me to Israel to get training. This is what,
What do you
we over
expect?
There, you guys told me to do this.
I learned Krav Maga and how to shoot people in the face during protests.
This guy's promised to me 3,000 years ago."
All right, I gotta go. Wrap it up.
Sorry,
Right.
Pull your shit.
Follow me
at
on
the
my
real
Twitter.
typo on Twitter.
Okay, great.
Guy.
typo on
All right,
Twitter,
everybody.
the real typo, not the fake one, the real one on Twitter.
The real
Follow
one.
Illegitimate Scholar on MySpace. I need more followers there.
Yep. Go follow Kyle. Go follow Luke. All right, bye.
Don't follow them. Like the video.